Hello, and welcome to LSET Tech Bytes.
Today, we have an exciting tutorial for you. We'll be diving into the world of web development to create a simple game of rock, paper, scissors using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. As you can see, we've got our HTML file open right here. Let's break down what each part of this code does, step by step. Starting off, we have the doctype HTML declaration, which tells the browser what type of document to expect. Then we have the opening HTML lang English tag, indicating that this is an HTML document and specifying the language as English. Moving on to the head section, we have some important meta tags. The character set meta tag specifies the character encoding for the document, ensuring that it's interpreted correctly by the browser. The viewport meta tag is crucial for responsive web design, as it controls how the web page is displayed on different devices. Next up, we have the title tag, which sets the title of our web page as rock, paper, scissors. This is what will be displayed on the browser tab. Moving on to the body section, this is where all the visible content of our web page resides. Inside the div class container, we have the main content of our game. We've got a heading H1 that says rock, paper, scissors to let players know what game they're playing. Below that, we have a div with the class score, where we'll display the current scores for the player, ties, and computer. Each score is wrapped in a span element for styling purposes. Now we're linking some external style sheets using the link tag. The first one is the Font Awesome library, which provides us with those cool hand icons for rock, paper, and scissors. The second one links to our own custom CSS file named style.css, where we'll define the styling for our game. Then we have another div with the class icons. Inside we've got 3 elements, each representing a hand icon for rock, paper, and scissors. These icons come from the Font Awesome library, and we've added a custom attribute data choice to each one to indicate the choice it represents. Finally, we have a div with the class result, where the outcome of each round will be displayed. At the bottom of the body section, we're including 2 JavaScript files. The first one is the jQuery library, which simplifies JavaScript programming by providing a lot of useful functions and shortcuts. The second one is our own custom JavaScript file named script.js, where we'll write the logic for our game. Alright, now that we've covered the HTML portion of our rock, paper, scissors game, let's move on to the CSS to make it look visually appealing and engaging. Let's break down the CSS code we just went through line by line. We start by resetting the default margin, padding, and font family for all elements using the universal selector. This ensures consistent spacing and typography throughout our project. Next, we style our main container, which holds the game elements. We set its width to 400 pixels and add padding around the content. The background color is set to a warm yellow shade for a vibrant look. We center the container on the page using margins and add rounded corners and a subtle shadow for a more polished appearance. For the game title H1, we increase the font size to 1.6 rems, use a darker color, and make the text uppercase for a bolder, more prominent look. In the score section, we use Flexbox to align the player, tie, and computer scores evenly. The scores have a red font color and a bold weight for emphasis. The specific score classes player score, tie score, and computer score are styled differently, with a light color to make them stand out. For the icons section, we use Flexbox again to evenly space out the rock, paper, and scissors icons. We set a large font size of 50 pixels, add padding for better touch targets, and use a light background with dark text for contrast. We also make the icons interactive by setting the cursor to a pointer. In the results section, we center the text and set the size and weight for clear visibility. The background color is a light shade, and the text color is dark for readability. We have 3 different result styles for different outcomes: Result 1, Result 2, and Result 3. Each uses padding, different background colors, and absolute positioning to display results at the top of the game container. Alright, now that we've covered the CSS styling for our rock, paper, scissors game, let's move on to the JavaScript part to give it the functionality it needs to work. Now let's break down the JavaScript code responsible for the functionality of our game. Just like before, We start with a document-ready function to ensure our JavaScript code executes only after the HTML document has finished loading. Inside this function, we initialize 3 variables: player score, computer score, and tie score, all set to 0. These variables will keep track of the scores throughout the game. We then set up an event listener for clicks on the hand icons inside the icons class. When a player clicks on any of these icons, a function is triggered. Inside this function, we first extract the player's choice from the clicked icon using jQuery's data method. Then we randomly select the computer's choice from an array of options: rock, paper, or scissors. We update the result div to show the player's choice and the computer's choice. Now we display the choices made by the user and computer using the .html function on the .result div. Next, we check the outcome of the game using conditional statements. If the user's choice and the computer's choice are the same, it's a tie. We display "it's a tie" in the EA result div and increase the tie score by 1. If the user's choice beats the computer's choice according to the rules of the game, the user wins. In the .result div and increase the player score by 1. Otherwise, the computer wins. We display computer wins in the .result div and increase the computer score by 1. Finally, we update the scores on the web page by setting the text content of player score, computer score, and tie score spans to the updated values of player score, computer score. And there you have it. We've now covered the JavaScript portion of our rock, paper, scissors game. So, stay tuned for the next video and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more web development video. Thanks for watching.